Good morning, my dear friends. I am Dr. K.V. Balasubramanian. This is my Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav series in my YouTube channel, Balavin Kural. The topic of the series is the growth and development of India Meteorological Department, IMD. I was talking about weather radars. So I was telling in my last video that S-band cyclone detection radar was installed at Chennai in 1972, and it was a Japan radar, Mitsubishi radar. So after 72, between 72 and 90, some of the old radars that have been installed in East Coast and West Coast have been replaced, and in some places new radars have been installed. This, for example, the radars in Dolphin's Nose, Visakhapatnam. Why I am repeatedly telling Dolphin's Nose, Visakhapatnam is now there is no radar in Dolphin's Nose, Visakhapatnam. There is a cyclone detection radar, there is Doppler radar that is situated in another place called Kailasagiri. But this Dolphin's Nose radar as well as the Masulipatnam S-band cyclone detection radar, both have been replaced with EEC radar somewhere around 1989. I happened to visit these two places in 1990 on an official purpose. At that time, I saw these two radars. I saw the Dolphin's Nose radar as well as the Masulipatnam radar. It was very nice to work there. But that was, I have not yet worked in radar till that time. But in August 1990, I was transferred to Karaikal, and in Karaikal, I worked in cyclone detection radar. Karaikal cyclone detection radar came somewhere in 1980. It was a Bell-make radar. Around 85, another radar came, that is X-band radar, which was used for taking upper air observations of, that is radio sonde raw wind observations. Both were in two different buildings, both separated by a distance of about 500 meters. Cyclone detection S-band radar, which was installed in 1980, was replaced with another S-band radar made by Bell Ghaziabad in 90. So I joined there after the installation in August 90. So when I went there, we were taking only 9 GMT observation, and during that year, most of the northeast monsoon season, I was not seriously working in the cyclone detection radar because of my family problem. So 1991, somewhere in February and March, the team from Bell Ghaziabad came for annual warranty maintenance of the radar. So I was there during that time. I remember Shri P. Rajesh Rao from DDGM IP New Delhi came there and stayed in Karaikal for a week to supervise that work. At that time, this radar was having a small problem. See, in the to explain that problem, I have to explain how the radar is operated. You have to switch on the radar and wait for about 8 to 10 minutes for the system to get warm up. After that, ready button will be glowing. Then we should switch on the display sweep and see whether that sweep is working all right. And then we should switch on the radar antenna and check whether the antenna is rotating, and simultaneous rotation of sweep is there. Then afterwards we have to switch on the radiation. So in the display, the sweep is controlled by two printed circuit boards called cards. Okay, a X sweep card, Y sweep card. Y sweep card had some problem. At that time, I was not knowing what exactly the problem. So when the warranty people came, this point was discussed with them. But when they were doing the warranty service, this problem did not occur at all. So unless you see the problem, how you can service it? So they said, when you get the problem, you inform us. We will come from Ghaziabad and try to repair it. Like that they have told, and went back. So the season came, October, November. So November around 10th, we were informed by our Delhi office that yes, low pressure system has emerged into Andaman Sea. And most probably it is likely to move in westward direction. So there was no computer models at that time. So the movement or forecast can be given only by Clipper climate models and the persistence model. So they will not be very much confidently can be told. So we will wait every day around 3 o'clock the evening to receive the India weather bulletin from ACWC Chennai, and we will be reading it to check whether the system has intensified, become a depression or like that. So as expected, by 11th night or something, it became a depression. Then we started taking pre-early observation. When a depression is there in the sea, the S-band cyclone direction radar should take 3-hourly observation. So one day, I think on 11th November, when we were preparing for taking the 11 GMT observation, when the concerned duty person was about to switch on the radiation switch, that switch broke. It is an Allen switch, so one handle, one rod will be there. So the head has broken. Somehow they removed that Allen switch portion and checked. That man was shivering out of fear. What will happen? The director was Mr. Rajagopalan. Normally a very, very good person. But when radar comes in between us and him, he will fire us left and right. So he thought this man, because the switch is broken in my hand, so Rajagopalan will shout at him. But Rajagopalan did not tell anything. He said, okay, this happens every now and then. Don't worry. Actually, we had one spare. That spare also has already broken. So now both two keys we were having, both keys have broken. So let us see what will happen like that. He called the senior PA, Mr. K. Selvaraj, and they were discussing, and they came to the store's room, and both of them picked up one file. So they went home and asked all of us to come back at 1 o'clock. So 1 o'clock, both of them has come with each having one broken toothbrush. I was wondering what these people were doing, but they have gone home, cut the toothbrush, filed it with the file they have taken, and made it into a Allen key. So that key they inserted, operated the radar, and took the 9 GMT observation. Immediately after 9 GMT observation, both of them went to market with these keys and welded that key and came back. One key they have welded, the second key gave it to that welder. You weld it and make another 2 keys also, like that they have told him, and come back. So next day that radiation key problem was solved. But 13th, when we are taking observation, that sweep problem has come. The sweep problem is on sea side, the sweep will work very nicely. On the land side, that is left hand side of the sweep, it will give you a very thick white patch. Because of that, we will not be able to trace the clouds over land and the sea. So because some spiral bands may go over land also, so this we will not be able to trace the radar scope. On those days, we have to place one plastic circular cord over the display. You have to trace it with a blue, red color pencils. Take it back to the tracing table. Place one tracing sheet over that overlay. On that paper again, copy that. Then latitude, longitude positions we will note down and report the cloud position in radar. When cyclone or comes, we will take hourly observation, and in that hourly observation is reported in the form of siren. But this sweep problem has come. What to do? So they opened the back channel and asked one person to hold that Y sweep cord tightly. Then took the observation. That problem did not come. But it has two other problems. When you open the back panel, there is a micro switch which will switch off the display system. It is a fuse. So someone should hold that micro switch by pressing it by his thumb. Small switch. When I am telling it looks very easy, but you cannot hold that this one for more than 2 minutes. But the observation may take 20 minutes. So by the time your thumb will get swollen, and another person has to hold the Y sweep cord tightly with the bottom contact. So 14th morning onwards, heavy rain was there, moderate to heavy rain was there. 27 people or so are working in CDR. All the persons are on duty. Most of them are in the CDR unit. Few people are there in the PB unit to take some PB, some part of PB observation. So there was one window adjacent to the display room, communication room, and barometer was kept there. There one window was there, and because of heavy rain, water was sweeping through that window, and the communication room was having ankle deep water in that room. And from there, the water was coming inside the radar room. So we brought bricks, sand, and blocked that. We constructed one dam and blocked that water not entering. So at the peak of the day, one person was holding that micro switch of the back panel. Mr. Thambi, meteorologist at the time, he retired as DDGM RMC Chennai. He was holding the Y sweep cord, and one person was tracing, one person was operating. After tracing, two people will copy the tracing on paper and preparing the information. So like that, so many people were working to take observation for that particular cyclone. It gave very heavy rainfall to Karaikal, 48 centimeters of rainfall in 24 hours on 14th November, morning 8:30 to 15th November morning 8:30. In fact, the SRRG, self-recording rain gauge, has marked by drawing 48 lines in the 24 hours chart. Between 18 UTC and 19 UTC, it rained 11 centimeters, and water came in the ground floor of all the quarters. So the people who were in the quarters, ground floor people, they were all asked to go to their house so that they can remove the goods to safety. So it was a very interesting incident for me. And that particular radar, Bell-make radar, has been replaced, and now a Doppler radar has been installed. It is a MedStar Chinese make Doppler radar. It is working in Karaikal now. So that is latest after 2000. the development. So what further developments in 2000 and all, we will see in the next video. Vanakkam.